back to the land of Kakiak. My name is Laurel. As a year-round homeschool, I like to have check-in twice a year. So we're just coming up on January. So join me for my halfway point check-in for the school year. So I made myself a to-do list. Okay, so number one, I'm going to tidy the schoolroom a little bit. I'm going to go through the work that I have saved so far this year. I've kind of just been, I don't save everything, but every once in a while I'll just take like a weekly packet or some kind of project they finished and I'll just hold on to it. And I'm going to sort through those and pick out some samples to go into their sample files for the years. And I am going to, I'm going to prep some flashcards, some spelling flashcards while I'm doing all this. I'll show you how I do that. And I'm going to consult my curriculum list and my planner and my curriculum / resource sequences that I keep. I'm just going to check in, see where am I? Am I where I thought we would be? Is there something I may want to push off till next year, which I think there is something. Okay, and then, I'm probably just going to set myself up, going to check in on a McGuffey project that I'm working on, a resource I want to be able to share with everybody, but I'm kind of in the midst of sorting out my thoughts on it. Let's see how far I can get, see if any of this is stuff you guys do or something that you maybe want to do. Otherwise, yeah, let's get to work. So I was hiding things down there with it's mostly my craft stuff down there. But so I pulled out all of my magazine holders that I had, and I don't know, you can use whatever you have. This is just something that I had in the house, left over from something else that I'm repurposing for storing work. So I already started pulling some of the things they kind of just get randomly stuffed in there sometimes. So I'm just going to sit down and go through it. The first thing I noticed right away is I had some pre-printed McGuffey spelling packet grade 1s I'd already pre-printed and that we ended up not using. I think it's because I think it's just because I made new ones. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and just toss those ones. file. So I invested in some shelving, little shelving units that you just assemble them yourself. It's very easy. So the one on the right, these are Everett's everyday items that he uses, or weekly at least. And then this side is Williams. But yeah, don't mind my my light up there. This is my filming equipment. It's not usually on the table, but that light's helping you to see what I'm showing you. But then I got this tall one because I put some of my stuff that was kind of piling up around me, but it gave me a place to put like things that I use often enough that I don't want to forget that I have them, like my extra planning sheets that I will use for my planner as I take out filled up pages and need fresh pages. I have that there. These are our bonus files. I'd like to find a binder, I think, actually to sort these into, so I'll be looking around for something. So I just picked up a handful of these from Walmart for Everett, once he got into Saxon, because these were really cheap, and it's just the graph paper. He likes to do his math on the graph paper, and then everything was just all contained in a notebook for me. And then, I keep all my cute. I bought like a whole bunch of cute. Just like lost my mind one day. A whole bunch of really cute composition notebooks. I thought these would be good for like science, and maybe these like nature ones be more for like writing stuff. I don't know. One day I just lost my mind. I got a bunch of them, but I love the feeling of these. I love this new kind of rubbery material that they use on stuff. I love it. Spelling folder, you saw me working on that earlier. I only got to, I think there's like 30 lessons. I think I got through 10. And I just, you know, I have these already prepped. Oops, blank flashcards that I will write his words on and sort out. But I'll probably just do 5 lessons at a time or so. Just like while the kids are doing school and stuff, it gives me something to work on. I can just print more of these on cardstock as I'm ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this and kind of organize everything and probably put it back. And so I organized things into these manila envelopes. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that right now. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got one of Everett's vocabulary weekly packets, and just want to make sure it's one that's completely done. So I would say, I don't know, I might save maybe like 3 of these. So if I have more than 3 of these, I probably will throw them out. Here's a spelling packet he did. Here's a gentle grammar. I think he actually did this one this year, so we'll keep that on this year. Start stacking them like that. Here's another spelling packet. Put that together. Here's another vocab packet. See, this is grade 2. Here's one of William's spelling packets. So we'll make William on the right. Here is that sentence writing unit we did with William this year. This is from this is for his first grade notebook. That's gonna go. See if I do these chronological. See, that's last year. Put last year's stuff there. You can see I've got past homeschool lesson plans. So this is what I do with my lesson plans at the end of the year that were in my like binder notebook. This is my planner pages from I ended 2021 to 2022. And you can see I've got all those pages that you've seen in my planner before. You know, my curriculum plans, all the reading lists, the stuff that, this is back when I was writing out every time he wrote a book and checking it off that it was done. See, this is before I had a color printer. These are just all, you can see, yeah, now I'm into having color. So this was for both of them. So I'm going to actually add that onto this outside of this. So past homeschool plans, I'm just gonna write Ev, grade 5, and this was Will, grade 1. And we'll keep those in the same holder. This was sample work that I already pulled out last year from his grade 1, so if I can fit that in there. And this was sample work from Everett grade 5. 1 year, right? That's pretty much full. Okay, so I still have some other stuff that's I haven't looked at. This is when we did our farm anatomy for science. So here's Everett's book. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep that that was this year. So I'll put that into the next folder over. And here's William. So yeah, I use the blank notebooking pages for all ages for William when we do these. Yeah, so sometimes I would just do this. I would say, okay, just as cow breeds, but we would be looking at the page. I said, okay, draw me a Brahmin, draw me a Texas Longhorn. Or I think he actually picked which one he wanted. I just wrote them down. And then he copied down some facts. So William and Everett, that's from this year. Here is a math workbook for this year that William has already finished. So I'm gonna maybe label his name on there and the grade. So I'm gonna write Will, grade 2. I'm gonna put them in separate things right now. Okay, what is this? Oh, here's a sample of that text structure unit I did with Everett that I pulled out to keep. I didn't pull them all, but I pulled out a few as we went. See, I probably have too many. I think I was just getting that we got one of each type. So like this one was cause and effect, this one was chronological and sequential. So these are different types I'm showing here. Language art. Oh, this is Bo's. This is just something Bo did that I just threw in his. So I'll make a spot for Bo right here for right now. Back to text structure with Everett. I gave Everett a math at the end of the book math test for Saxon 5-4. So I'll just go ahead and keep that. Book notes, oh, it says 3rd through 5th, but we're still using the book notes and summary guide for the reading, even the 6th grade for Everett's, all his RC books. So I have one of those. Here is the unit study, by like planning page I did when we were doing our anatomy unit. So I'll hold on to that and I'll put it maybe in the planner in the planning pages section. Oh, and then for Bo, because I plan him a whole month at a time right now. This was last month. So and I have all my, you know how I do heavy number days, heavy letter days. So at the end of November, I just took those sheets out. I made new sheets for the month of December. But you know, so this is counting this for attendance. It shows every single day. And then what we did. Was it an A, B, C, or D day? And then this is the follow-up paperwork to show what that plan was. Those are the things that we would do that day. So I'll put that on his. Okay, I guess that's all I really have right now, because the other things I've been doing, like William has been working in his math workbook. Let me see it. So like William's working through his math workbook and he's still working in it, but you know, we'll see where we get by the end of the year. I don't know if we'll be all the way through the division section yet, but if he was through all the multiplication, if we were done with it, which I think he is pretty much done with it. I'm still the planning stages about what to do next with them right now with that, but I could always just take those pages out. It's just comb bound. I did it myself. I'm going to take those pages out and put those as sample work. But so yeah, that's definitely going to be going in there. And then for their science, like I got those composition notebooks, those cute little sciencey ones. This is Everett's. You know, he was taking notes from his anatomy resources. We're not going, since we really filled it up to like a certain point, you know, like we're not going to take that out and put it into the sample stuff yet, because we'll do other science units. So we'll just keep using these. So when these are full, I'll just put them into their sample work section. If that makes sense. I'm thinking the only thing I really have for Bo are these, like, I have this one little random thing I put in there. And this, because I just realized, like, I do activities. I don't really do a whole lot of like worksheets and stuff, you know, but I did just start on this with him. I just got him his first little composition book, and I thought he was to the point where we could start doing things in the book. Like we literally just started his first page like the week before we went on break for Christmas. So you can see which letters we worked on so far and which ones we haven't done. But yeah, I will eventually have this to, and these are, you know, cheap enough. I just picked these up at like Walmart, but they have them, you know, on Amazon and, you know, all over the place. But I'll be able to just put this in, whatever goes in here, as his sample work for the year at the, whenever, I think we're going to technically end this year probably in like July. I'm going to start a few manila folders for this year then. So my first one will be lesson plans 2022 to 2023 or through. And it's gonna be this is his grade 6 year. Will is grade 2. Beauregard is pre-K. Okay, even though I don't have to keep samples for Bo for this year, like legally, I probably will just have a couple just for myself. This counts, you know, my unit plans counts as a lesson plan. These are my lesson plans for Bo. I probably am not going to keep this. I'll probably just throw it away because I'm just going to use that composition notebook at the end of the year. So I need one for Everett. Okay, so do I have all his subjects? So this is like reading, math, writing, vocabulary, I consider reading, spelling, I consider writing, some grammar. I guess, yeah, so then I guess I don't have a whole lot of math because, like I said, he's using these math notebooks, so it's not full. So he's still doing his lessons in here, but whenever this is full, I'll just have this whole thing for his records. And then I'll have other things like consumable products for them, like when they're done with they're both doing how to write a story unit. So when this is done, you know, I can just keep this whole thing and put that with their sample work. Okay, so this is for Everett. 2022 through 2023. Grade 6 work samples. What's going in with his? I've got to do one for Will. Okay, so then I already had some lesson plans I've already used for this year. So that'll go into my lesson plans. Then I had book notes and summary guides. Oh, here's another one for Everett's reading. Another one of his spelling, vocabulary. Okay, how many do I already have? So book notes. Yeah, we could use another book notes sample since I only had one so far. And then those. Okay. Vocabulary. Only had one. I only need like I said, I think I'll only do 3. So this one was from August. Okay, this one's from September. This one's from September. This one's from October. So let's get rid of one of the Septembers. August, September, October, and then all the way out to December. So I could probably get rid of one more. There, let's get rid of September. So now we've got 3 covering a 6-month period. Then this was how many? Okay, so far I've got 3 of those. Okay. What did I end up with? Okay, so I've got my samples here. So this is all last year's for William and Everett. This is Everett's stuff right now. This is William's stuff. And this is lesson plans for both of them right now. So these are the current year. I've got 2 empties, and these are just my blank extra manila folders or envelopes. And we'll see if I can, at the end of the year, I'll have all my lesson plans in there. And whatever new sample work I have, I'll try to fit in here, and then I'll see if at the end of the year, if I can condense this. I like to, if I can get everything into one, it's good. It's just that stuff like this, like these, take up a bunch of room. So, well, I'm gonna move that stuff back in its little hidey hole, and let's see what's next on my list. Okay, so what did I do so far? I did. That's what I think I want to work on. I did tidy up a little bit earlier. Organize work samples. Done. I did work on that. It's not done, but I worked on it. So I'll leave it. It's not quite done. Consult curriculum, list, and sequences and thoughts. Oh yeah, let's pull out the planner and take a look. Okay, I thought I would take a look in my planner to see where we are. Let's start with Everett. Looking in at our curriculum I had planned for this year, we've got theology we finished. We're still working our way through Wonderful. We did Connected Christmas for the month of December. That's done. So we're about to go back into Wonderful next month, and when that's done, we'll move on to some Old Testament Bible notebooking pages I have. I'll show you guys when we get to those. He finished 5-4 this year, moved on to 6-5, so that's going well. He's still working his way through the RC book list. Let me just make sure, let me take a look at my book list. So this is how I keep track of our books we read. I've got all our titles and the author and what subject they fall into in case we ever just want to use these, pull them out and use them for certain subjects. So he has done all of these so far. Rover Boys on Treasure Isle. I think that's the one he's on right now, and he's probably almost done with it. So I've got an E, W, and then JB. So that's for Everett, William, and James Beauregard. And then I just put either the year or the month and the year of when they completed those books. And then anything extra, I kind of just wrote it down here at the bottom, like stuff that wasn't on the direct RC list. But I actually made, on this document extra pages that are just for substitutions, but I also have a bunch of blank spaces back here on this one that I printed out. Okay, so yeah, I have everything marked down. I just want to make sure I didn't like leave off anything. I'm like, nope. These books we just skipped because that's when we started RC, and we kind of skipped over some of the like more babyish books. Okay, so then, all right, what next do we have for him? Red Hot Root Words. Yeah, he is almost done with book 1. Let me just check in and see how much we have left. Okay, so he is currently on lesson 33. He actually already did 34. But out of, how many total? Out of 41? Out of 41 lessons. So this will be done soon. And then, well, and soon, if we're doing one a month, or one a week, then about 8 weeks, about 2 months, I'd say. And then we'll move on to book 2 for him. He's still doing chapter notes and book summaries, that assignment with each of his RC books. That's going well. Oh yeah, the vocab packet, he does that with the Red Hot Root Words. He's got that weekly vocab packet he does with that he does with each one. And then he gets tested at the end of the week. Text structure unit. Oh yeah, and he did that. That's done. So I'll check that off. That's totally done. Okay, McGuffey Eclectic Speller. Yeah, we're still using that. How to write a 5. So here, this is something I had planned for him. He's still doing spelling packets. We just moved him finally into the 6th grade level, which are based on the McGuffey Eclectic Speller. But how to write a 5-paragraph essay, I have not moved him into that. What we actually been doing, I just didn't feel like he was ready for it. He is actually doing Evan Moore How to Write a Story right now. Of course, he's doing spelling packets. I don't know if he's going to get to how to write a 5-paragraph essay this year. I actually think, just looking at his writing, that we are going to go back to my paragraph writing packets. They look like this. I think I showed you earlier on my new shelves. I originally designed these and we used them with writing fabulous sentences in paragraph. This was helpful to us. I'll link this down below for you. But I think we might go back to it. I think he just needs a little more practice being proficient at the paragraph level before I move him into multi-paragraph essays. So I actually think, yeah, I may just hold off on that. I think I may switch that out with another. So last year he did writing fabulous sentences and paragraphs. We could either like go through that again, or I have another resource. I have how to write an awesome paragraph step by step. And I just think he hasn't used this one yet. He used, like I said, that other paragraph writing. This one is the precursor in the same curriculum family for the how to write a 5-paragraph essay that I had for him. So I may just have him do this one, how to write an awesome paragraph step by step instead. I keep saying may. I actually am making that decision right now. How to write an awesome paragraph. Okay. Yeah, I just think he could use some more practice with this. Okay, that'll give us more time to focus a little bit more on grammar too. Like it's a structure writing, a writing exercise, paragraphs. He's seen them before, he's written them before, but it won't be like too much new information, and we can just kind of try to get better at it, and we can work on grammar at the same time. Okay, so then human anatomy, that he's done for science. Human body, anatomy coloring book. Yeah, that was all part of that unit. He read Guy stuff. Then there's earth science apologia text notebook. So I do have that for him to start. Although he said he wanted to do the anatomy, ocean anatomy with us. Because I was going to do that with the little kids. But he said he wanted to do it too. So I think I'll let him go ahead and do that with us, and he can do earth science afterwards. Then it'll probably have some repeat information. Okay, so then history, the good and the beautiful. We're still working through that. That's going well. Then when they're done with those notebooks for the good and the beautiful, I can just put them into their sample work. Okay, so let me just take a look back at his sequence. The sequences to see kind of where we are. So my sequence for him, language arts. So yeah, he did that. He did the text structure. Read the writing course book. We do have How to Write Essays for Dummies. I have that book. We didn't use it yet. I don't think we're going, I have a feeling that may get pushed out to 7th grade, or it may be something we start towards the end of this, kind of like school year. See, being like a year-round homeschoolers, I don't stress too much about having to push so hard through curriculum or through units, because I just feel really comfortable that I have time. We also do school, 6 days a week. So like, I just feel it takes a lot of stress off of me and worry about, like, oh, we didn't finish this or that, and the next year is starting, and like jamming up my plans, because like we just use our resource until it's done, and we can take our time when I think we're not ready to go on to something like essay writing and we need to practice more of the paragraph level. We can just do that. I want him to feel really good about his paragraphs. I want him to feel confident before we have him quintuple his the difficulty level of it, with a 5-paragraph essay. So I may be deviating a little bit from this and that, and we're not to Red Hot Root Words book 2 yet. But that's okay. We'll get to it when we get to it. Daily grams. Oh yeah, I had paused him doing the daily grams in the morning. Am I going to start that back up? Yeah, I think I will actually start back up with daily grams. That was a good reminder to me. Grade 6. Let's go back to his. Do I have that written down for writing? I don't have it written down. Daily grams. Grade 6. Okay. And those were just really short little, like, kind of warm up activities before your main writing assignment. But it was just good little reminders for him about little grammar rules and stuff. Just like little bite size at a time. So I think I have my mind wrapped around Everett. I'm not going to plan anything tonight, but I'm just catching myself up and getting some thoughts in my mind. Okay. Over to Will. We did that. Ray's new primary arithmetic. He's still working through those workbooks along with his, he's mostly working through the multiplication and division workbook that I created. But he is following that work up with the Ray's new primary arithmetic workbooks. So he's already done book 1, and he is almost done with book 2 right now. So that's going. Of course, he's using his flashcards. Math games he's using, that's great. And the abacus. He did quite a bit of abacus earlier this year just to lay down the conceptual groundwork for stuff. He's going through his McGuffey readers, revised and original. So he's on revised. He's on book 2. And the original, he's in book 1 still. Arthur Scott Bailey book. He's going through those. Yep. RC list. Yep. He's using his bookmark. Yep. His grammar bookmark, summary bookmark. Yep, he's using all those resources. I know I've showed those before, but grammar. I've got one for grammar for his level and one for comprehension for his level. And I have a little one that reminds him how to summarize too. He's still using his copywork book for the McGuffey revised. McGuffey Eclectic Spelling Book. Yep, he's doing his weekly spelling packets. Yep, Evan Moore, How to Write a Super Sentence. Yep, he's doing that one right now. But he's not done with it yet. We're doing our spelling unit right now that's for syllables. Yeah, we paused our spelling packets to go through this syllable resource, and then How to Write a Story. He's working on that right now. He's already done with his human anatomy unit. He used all that stuff up. He's still using that. Okay, and then we are going to move on to Ocean Anatomy. That's the book. And he's going to use the Ocean Anatomy notebooking pages. NB for notebook. Okay. We're still going through the Good and the Beautiful for history. Okay. And everything else, I think he's in everything else is, let me look at my science sequence just to see. So we are here in 2nd grade with him. My focus is on animal studies and intro to human anatomy through unit studies and living books. And human anatomy for kids. Okay, we're done with that one. There's wildlife anatomy that goes along with that, but we haven't done it yet. I think because I decided to do ocean anatomy instead, just because that's what the kids wanted to do. So yeah, I mean, I don't think these really matter, these anatomy, whether it be nature anatomy. You see I've got wildlife anatomy, ocean anatomy, and I have farm anatomy too. I just don't, actually, I didn't put it on my sequence because we did it, but I don't really recommend it. It wasn't very science-y, I guess, and that's what I wanted to use it for, and it was just not, I don't know, it just wasn't compelling for the kids. They just were not intrigued by it. It's not a bad book to have, but it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't do much for us. Okay, so that he is working, he's done that. He did those 2 books last year. He's doing the Tale of Betsy Butterfly actually right now, but we're using it more for, reading. I love all of these Arthur Scott Bailey books. They would work, you could either read to the kids or have them read them, but they just work as really great, kind of living books to learn about animals and nature. They're just great. That's why I just put a bunch of them on there. I'm going to make a video when I look through these resources I got for my ocean unit. I'm just reacquainting myself. And are there any bonus materials that I want to work in? Okay. Well, Bo's still doing his number sense games. We're doing that stuff. Okay, we're actually doing the syllable types right now. And then I'll probably do this nonfiction text feature, this free one, next year with William. All right, I feel good. I feel good about everything. I feel good about where we are. Okay, was there anything else I wanted to do tonight? Okay. I will wait to do my calendar until I sit down to do some lesson planning, and plus it's getting late, so I'll probably do that after Christmas. And my McGuffey language arts projects that I'm working on, I will just pick up there tomorrow. I'm not ready to do them tonight. Well, let's take a look at the room. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna leave it. I've got all that stuff I'm gonna look through. This is all stuff I'm working on right now. And then I just ordered some shelves I'm gonna put over there because I just have books everywhere. I hate when they start getting into piles and I can't put them away. And my little cabinet, which this was, I know it's dark in here because it's night now, but this was free on Facebook. It's actually a china cabinet, but it's worked really well to store supplies in and books and stuff. But it's full. And actually this basket, I have a basket here that's full of books and notebooks and stuff that are William and Everett are moving into next. And this side is all of Bo's stuff, which I probably have, I don't use as much as I have. You can never use it all at once. So I just wanted a couple more shelves to put RC books on, I think, and so I can move some things out of those extra places and into the cabinet, which I use to store things that we're not using right now. And I want to put one more shelf. You can see I have room for one more shelf up there, but I think Jesse's my sweet husband is going to do it for me at some point. He's going to make me another shelf. He'll have to cut me a piece of wood that fits in there. Okay, that's the schoolroom. I'll see you guys soon to do some planning.